What's up guys, it's your boy Karan from Droid Island, and today we are going to be unboxing the ZTE Nubia Z17 Mini. Stay tuned. Alright, so we get asked a lot, what are some really good mid-range devices that people can pick up, because most people's usage doesn't extend further than social media, WhatsApp, calls, a little bit of emailing, if even that, some gaming, and they want some good cameras, but again they don't want to spend a whole lot of money. So the mid-rangers is definitely a segment that are getting a ton of love. That segment's getting a lot of love right now. So I thought it would be fitting to show off the Z17 Mini. Alright, so let's pop this bad boy open. Let's see what we got. Alright, whew. I'm telling you, good phones are getting cheaper and cheap phones have become good. That's a slogan for 2017. Let me just set this phone aside. Let's take a look and see what we get in the box. Alright, so we got the usual paperwork. SIM tool ejector. Let's put that aside. We have USB Type-C cable, ladies and gentlemen, and we got the charging brick. Now, I just have to double check to see if this is a fast charger, 5 volts. And that is all. That's all we got in the box. So unfortunately, we don't get any headphones. But this is the Z17 Mini. Now, what do we got? The build quality right off the bat, excellent. It's a 5.2 inch device. I love the gold trim around the device. Let me see if you can see that. So it's blue on the back. The fingerprint sensor's got the gold trim. That is stellar. It feels extremely well built. Yep, no creaking anywhere. It is definitely a finely built device. So, what do we have? So like I said, 5.2 inch display, 1080p resolution. Now this is packing the Snapdragon 652 processor, so very good mid-range processor. It either comes in either 4 gigs of RAM or 6 gigs of RAM. This is the 4 gig version, and you also get 64 gigs of storage on board. Now this is a dual SIM device. You can either use 2 SIMs or you can use 1 SIM and a memory card and expand that memory up to 256 gigs of storage. Now this is an IPS display as well, just want to throw that out there for you guys. Now the camera package on the back, that is a dual 13 megapixel sensor camera setup in the back with a 16 megapixel front facing shooter. Now what I like about the rear cams is, now you'll notice that a lot of companies have different takes of doing dual setups. So you'll have like the LG setup, which is like your primary sensor, and then the secondary sensor is a wide angle lens. You got the iPhone setup, which is the primary sensor and the telephoto lens. You also got the Huawei setup, which is the one sensor does color reproduction, the other is a monochrome sensor and it stitches them together. So this one actually kind of follows the Huawei setup. So one is a color sensor, the other is a monochrome sensor stitched together. And usually, if you guys have ever used a Nubia device in the past, photography is something that they've always really put some focus into and emphasis into. So I can't wait to start taking some pictures of this just to see, to see what this year's crop of Nubia devices is, how we're looking. Now, the glass, interesting little fact, the glass protecting the lenses, this is actually sapphire, so it's gonna be very, very hard to scratch. That is a sapphire protection on the back. All right. You also got the fingerprint sensor, and you have a 2950 milliamp hour battery. So usually, I mean, you'd like to hear, you know, the numbers 3,000 and above, but on a 5.1 inch device, 5.2 inch device, sorry, 2950, not too bad. I guess they kind of, you know, made it below 3,000 just because they wanted to kind of, I guess, keep a slim profile, maybe. But yeah, so how about we go and boot this bad boy up? So for the interest of this video, what I did do was I already set up my information on the phone. I also set up a fingerprint sensor just so I could bypass, you know, all the boring stuff, so I could actually give you guys a nice little show for the device. Alright, and we're just about booted up. Sorry for the Nubia logo, I've left the plastic on the device, because this is one of the devices that you guys can actually pick up in our store. Alright, so now let's take a look at the fingerprint speed. Alright, so device is off, as well the screen is off. Alright, touch, there we go. See if I can get it on camera. Can I? I don't think I can. Touch, and it's on. Touch, and it's on. So the fingerprint sensor is pretty quick. I like that it is very accurate, and to me accuracy is the most important thing. If I have to wait a half second, again, this is a mid-range device. Don't expect it to be instantaneous, but I mean half second, that's pretty good. Alright, there we go. Alright, so what do we got? So this is a 5.2 inch device. It feels so weird actually having a device that can actually fit good into your hands. And I know people that do have a smaller hands, this is going to be heaven. All right, so it does have, it's a rounded device. Okay, the corners are rounded. You will see that the device is tapered down. You also got 2.5D glass, so it kind of curves when it meets the chamfered edges. Just look at that frame, that blue and gold frame. Oh, headphone jack, ladies and gentlemen. I know that has been pretty scarce for 2017. So if you guys do have a headphones, this device doesn't have a headphone jack. You got the two bottom speaker grills. I mean, they're not speaker grills, but you got one speaker, okay? You got two grills, but only one speaker. Unfortunately, it's a bottom firing speaker. It does not have stereo speakers, so the earpiece is just an earpiece, okay? Now, this ring at the bottom, this is your home button. Alright, so that's your home button. When you go into an application, that's your home button. It also doubles as a notification light. So when notifications come in, that actually lights up, so that's your LED light. It would have been better if it lit up a different color or something else, just because the actual button itself is red. I don't know if you guys can see that. It does light up a little bit when you touch it. But yeah, that's your notification light right there. You do have two buttons on the side as well, your multitasking and your back arrow. Now you can customize it to do either which one. There are some gestures that you can do with it when you long press. So those are some things that you guys can actually set up. Alright, so the display. The viewing angles are pretty good, okay? The color reproduction is good. Definitely solid on the color reproduction. And again, just nicely fits into your hand. This is on the max brightness right now, but we do have, like I said, that little film over it that does kind of take away from it, just because it is a bit of a matte finish. But what I'm seeing so far is that it could stand to get brighter, so visibility indoors is good. But again, we are in the tropics, so because we have a lot of sunny days, we have to see how this device holds up in the outside light, and if it's user friendly outside. Alright, so moving through the device feels fluid. Applications, as you can see, are pretty much loading up at the touch of a button. Now, for multitasking, this device is going to be pretty good because, like I said, it does have the Snapdragon 652, and this is the 4 gigs of RAM version. Alright, so you will be able to have quite a few different applications loaded up at one time without a problem. So gaming on the device is also pretty good. Now, due to the fact that this does have the Snapdragon 652 with the 4 gigs of RAM, it can handle games with high frame rates very well. So I'm not experiencing any lag, haven't noticed any dropped frames. So if you are a gamer and you are trying to, game on a budget, this might be a device you guys can take a look at as well. Yep. Alright, so speaker quality is another big thing that people want to make sure is good on their device. So just to reiterate, this is a single firing bottom speaker, okay? So let's check that out and see how this device fares.
Real life story. Don't know what them feel like my dog gone, but everything good still down. Me not going nowhere. Watch me find out some I wanna be. This year, me I make them want and can't see me. Just what you hear them asking me.
Alright, not bad. It doesn't sound teeny, which is good, because a lot of these devices that are in the budget space, speaker quality does suffer and they do kind of sound teeny. But the device isn't bad. Does have a good bit of volume on it. This device also has DTS sound built in, so you also get some good quality sound coming from the headphone jack. So if you're an audiophile, you're doing it on a budget, this device won't fare too bad. So here are some sample shots of the dual 13 megapixel sensors in action. So one sensor handles all of the color and the other handles the monochrome and stitches it together to create these pictures. Let us know what you guys think about the camera samples in the comments below. Alright, so what are we getting with the ZTE Nubia Z17 Mini? We are getting a good mid-range package. So it's a good mix of everything. If you are going to be taking photos, this is going to be, this is going to be good for you. If you are going to be gaming, everyday tasks, your email, your social media, web browsing, the Snapdragon 652 is built that it'll be able to handle all of those things with no problems. Build quality is very good. It's a well-built device. There is no creaking any which way on the body. It fits perfect in your hand because of the slight curves, and it is around the device. The gold trim makes it just brings up the appeal of the device. Again, you're still getting a headphone jack, so that's always good because those are running away from us. What don't I like about the device? I think they could have put a bigger battery in the device. I mean, nothing crazy, but I think anything below 3,000 milliamp hours in 2017, you guys could do better. It would have done a lot better with at least, like I said, anything over 3,000. It's 2950, so I mean we're a smidge under 3,000, but I just think that it's one of those things where I don't think phones should come with a below 3,000 milliamp hour battery in 2017. Also, the big brother, the Z17, is running 7.1.1. The Mini, however, they have not upgraded to 7.1.1 as yet. It's still currently running 6.0.1 Marshmallow. So look for the update in the future. Fingers crossed that these guys deliver. But on all the other ZTE devices that came out, they have been pretty good when it came to the software updates. So I look forward to this device getting the 7.1, possibly even Oreo. That would be, I mean, that would definitely that'd be good as well. That was pretty much it. Good cameras, good performance, build quality. It checks off all the right boxes. When we're talking about mid-rangers, it doesn't have wireless charging, it doesn't have water resistance, but again, this is a mid-range device, and I think for who they are targeting, I think this checks off all the right boxes. Alright, so you guys can always come on down to the Droid Island store and take a look at this device. We're located at 8 Eastern Main Road in Curepe Junction. We're right beside the Papa John's Plaza. If you guys are interested in the device, give me a call, shoot me a message. You know I always love to hear from you guys and give you guys feedback and take feedback from you guys. If this is the device you are going to be looking at, like I said, shoot us a message. I'll answer all of your questions, or post a comment below and I'll get right back to you on it. Other than that, if you like the video, don't forget to hit the like, hit the share. If you really like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more things coming for you. And again, I'm Karan from Droid Island, signing off. Take care.